We begin with a stunning water waste controversy pitting the general manager of a tiny town against the state. Good evening, I'm Sam Shane.
And I'm Christina Anderson. The town is McCloud, near Mount Shasta, about 3.5 hours north of Sacramento. The town's GM claims 100 million gallons of water went to waste and blames it all on the state. CBS 13's Nick Janes went to the community to see the situation for himself.
And Christina, the state water board is in charge of managing this drought, deciding whose water rights get cut off and whose don't. But the GM's blood is boiling, saying the state's curtailment order for his town, in effect, was an order to waste tremendous amounts of water.
That's the damnedest thing I ever seen.
Everybody's angry.
Just dump the damn water on the ground.
Not even the bugs got to use it.
Foolish. Pretty foolish, stupid.
Wayne Grigsby is showing us one of his community's springs, the source of the purest mountain water around.
The water is about 42 degrees coming out of the ground. And
the source of a heated controversy over water waste the McCloud GM angrily blames on the state.
And that story just goes on and on.
And he makes no secret.
Pretty disgusting.
How he feels about it.
Oh, it's so disgusting. I could eat dirt.
Where he's standing is a creek bed that's been dry for years, decades even. But when the state water board ordered McCloud, a small town in the shadow of Shasta, to stop diverting water from 2 of its 3 springs, this is exactly where Wayne says all that crystal clear spring water went. Right into the ground, a complete waste at 2,500 gallons a minute.
Just run through the damn forest and water the trees and leach into the ground. Didn't benefit anybody.
It's obviously not what the state intended when in June it issued a curtailment order to McCloud, a senior water rights holder. In theory, when McCloud stopped diverting, the water would flow downstream, eventually to the Sacramento Valley. What actually happened, Wayne says, is that nobody got to use millions of gallons of water since it flowed into the forest and had no way of reaching Lake Shasta. He says the creek that usually carries the water dried up, killing fish. And he says nobody at the state would listen to him.
They do what the hell they want.
But he didn't dare defy the order and risk potentially crippling fines.
I feel like it's almost like a damn dictatorship.
Weeks later, in mid-July, after he called numerous state agencies, several lawmakers, and county officials, the water board rescinded its order, allowing McCloud to take the 2 springs back online. Wayne says on the condition the town didn't use any of the water and passed it downstream.
Disgusting. In the real world, which we live in the real world, I'd fire all those damn people. Start all over.
What's ironic is McCloud says most of the water from the 2 springs ends up here in Lake Shasta and sent down to us anyway, which isn't lost on locals in town.
They should be very angry. Sacramento, San Francisco, all those areas, anywhere the aqueduct leads to.
The amount of water was mind-boggling. Here they're trying to tell everybody to cut back 25%, and they throw away 2,500 gallons per minute. That's a lot of water.
So let's add this up. 2,500 gallons a minute for 60 minutes for 24 hours for 4 weeks. That adds up to 100 million gallons of water that went to waste, or enough to water your lawn for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for more than 6 years.
I would tell them they're idiots. Don't they have people trained to see what they're doing? I'm wondering why they're doing this during a drought.
Wayne is so incensed with the state and his community board, which he says urged him to disobey the order all along, he's resigning and says he plans to retire.
So I told him, I said, you got the wrong guy working for you. I told him right then and there, I'll give you my resignation letter and I'm out of here.
The state water board disputes McCloud's claim, saying in part there are no established water rights downstream of the springs. When McCloud CSD is authorized to divert the spring water, it uses a portion but overflows the remaining water into Squaw Creek. The state says it could be argued such practice is wasteful. Adding a determination of waste takes into consideration other factors than water necessary for prior rights. For the full response from the state, head to CBS13.com.